We have breaking news coming in. Those 3 special police officers who had been kidnapped by terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir's South Kashmir's Shopia district have now been killed. To get us latest on that, I have Zafar Iqbal now joining us. Zafar, what is it that you're hearing?
Well, police sources indicate that all the 3 SPOs who were abducted last night have now been killed. This is a huge setback. Now, sources indicate that there was a lot of pressure on militants, particularly in South Kashmir. In the last 2 months, 28 militants were gunned down in South Kashmir, in Shopia, and that's really, made militants to take this desperate step. They first abducted these SPOs, and now they have been killed. That's what the sources are indicating to us. This is the second wave of abductions that took place last month. There were abductions of the relatives of policemen and some of the policemen, but all of them were released. But this time around, they have been abducted, and now they have been killed. Sources also indicate that there was some sort of a resistance when they were taken away by the militants, but obviously this is coming just ahead of the Panchayat polls, which have been announced. There were already inputs that there would be violence and there would be such sort of incidents could take place. So we are seeing a big sort of an incident which is taking place now. 3 SPOs who were abducted last night have been gunned down by the militants. So obviously this is a huge setback. Last time when those abductions took place, it was the DGP at that point in time, SP Wad, who was said to have not handled the situation properly, but now there's a change of guard, and we're seeing all those SPOs were taken away, now have been gunned down according to sources.
Right. Also, Zafar, this comes after the Hizbul Mujahideen had given a final warning that all the police officers should resign and not go back to their duties by September 19. They had also given such a warning for these 3 police officers who had been abducted.
It was not specifically for these 3 police, officers. It's a general warning that Hizbul Mujahideen had sent out. They asked all the policemen, particularly SPOs, to announce their resignation. Now, why is this happening? Because the militants say that SPOs and police play an important role, in counter insurgency operations. Now, militants have been policemen have been spearheading many of those operations against militants. And as I was saying earlier, there have been many successful operations in South Kashmir areas in the last 2 months. 28 militants have been killed. So obviously this is what has prompted militants to take such a desperate action. And after the abduction, the killing of these 3 policemen, now we'll have to wait and watch. Of course, there will be a fallout. Last time the families had appealed the militants to release these policemen. They were released last time, but this time around, when the bodies will reach the home, obviously there will be a fallout. So all these people, all these policemen are Kashmiris. They have been working in the police force. They are the most vulnerable, always on the hit list of the militants. It all started with the abduction and killing of Rifleman Aurangzeb a few months ago. Then some policemen who had gone home on leave were killed, and then there was this string of abductions last month. But all of those, relatives of policemen were released. But this time around, that has not happened. All the 3 SPOs who were taken away have now been shot dead.